Shabbat Shalom. I am Rabbi Lauren Werber at Congregation Beth Adam in Cincinnati, Ohio, and I'm so happy to share this Shabbat on Thanksgiving weekend with each of you. Tonight, we will offer a service that's typical in that it will be from our humanistic perspective, and it will be a way to welcome Shabbat and build a sense of community across distance. It'll be a little bit different because it is Thanksgiving weekend, and so many of us have family or friends that we want to be with during this weekend. So the service will be a little bit shorter, very simple, but it'll give us a few moments together, a time for reflection on giving thanks, reflection on Shabbat. We'll have our candle blessing, our memorial, our blessing for wine, as we always do, and a favorite story as well before we reach our benediction and go our own ways to celebrate Shabbat and hopefully to be grateful for all that we have. We begin, of course, on this Shabbat with gratitude for this day and for every day. We give thanks for the world around us. Our ancient story, our mythology tells us that this world was created in 6 days. Our Talmudic ancestors, the sages, tell us that it's created anew every day. And in our modern approach, we understand that we, in fact, are creating each day, that the world is created at all times based on us, by what we do, by how we bring life and wonder and goodness into the world. And so for this day and for this world, we give thanks. For the people embracing us, for our congregational community that's here together from around the globe, for our families who extend their care and allow us to extend care to them, for our friends who bring us joy and who allow us to bring them joy, for all those we love, for all those who love us, we give thanks. And for this Shabbat, for the opportunity to stop, to breathe, to reflect, for the gratitude and peacefulness that come on the wings of Shabbat, for the taste of a better world that we savor at this time and then seek to create during the rest of the week, for Shabbat, for its rejuvenating power, for its sense of calm, we give thanks. We gratefully welcome Shabbat with a deep breath, with a chance to breathe out the heaviness of the week and to breathe in the beauty, the love, the gratitude of this day, of this weekend, as we welcome the Sabbath together. As we prepare to light our Shabbat candles, we offer a blessing for light, for the light of dawn and dusk, for sunrises and sunsets. We give thanks. For the light of love and friendship, for the communities we build and nurture, for the light of knowledge and truth, for the wisdom we seek and share. We give thanks. For the light of goodness and compassion, for the deeds we do and the care we receive, for the light of restoration and peace, for the gift of Shabbat and the light it brings, we give thanks. Baruch ha'or ba'olam, blessed is the light within the world. Baruch ha'or ba'adam, blessed is the light within each person. Baruch ha'or ba'Shabbat, blessed is the light of Shabbat. On this Shabbat of Thanksgiving, I offer a story that I may have told before, and I'll definitely tell in the future because it's one of my favorite stories. It's an old Yiddish folk tale retold by Margot Zemach, and I'll be telling it, not reading it, but it's based on her version of this story. Once upon a time, in a very small village, there lived a very poor, unfortunate woman She lived with her mother-in-law, with her spouse, and with her 6 children, all in one single room hut. Since it was so crowded, everything seemed like a big deal, and they often argued. She argued with her spouse, the children argued with each other, the mother-in-law was thrown in the mix. Everybody would be making noise and making trouble and getting on each other's nerves. And this got especially bad in the winter, because in the winter, it was cold and the nights were long and everyone was crammed in the house for a longer time every day. The hut was filled with quarreling and with crying and with complaining. One day, this poor, unfortunate woman could take it no longer. She didn't know what to do. So she ran to the wisest person she knew. She ran to the rabbi for advice. "Rabbi, Rabbi," she cried, "things are in a bad way with me, and they're only getting worse. We are so poor that my spouse and my mother-in-law and my 6 children all live together in this one itty-bitty small hut. We're too crowded. There is so much noise. Help me, Rabbi, help me. I'll do whatever you say." The rabbi thought, and he twisted the hair on his beard, and he paused, and he pondered. And at last he said, "Tell me, do you have any animals? Perhaps a chicken or 2. "Well, yes," said the woman, "I do have chickens. Also a rooster and a goose." "Oh, wonderful," said the rabbi. "Now go home and take the chickens and the rooster and the goose and bring them into your hut to live with you." The woman was a bit confused, a bit surprised, but hopeful. "Yes, indeed, Rabbi," she said, and she ran home to do as the rabbi said. She brought in the chickens and the rooster and the goose, took them from the shed, brought them into the house. When some days or maybe a week had gone by, life in the hut was far worse than before. Now, with the quarreling and the crying and the complaining, there was honking and crowing and clucking. There were even feathers in the soup. The hut stayed small, but the children grew bigger. When the poor, unfortunate woman could take it no longer, she ran right back to the rabbi. "Rabbi, Rabbi," she said, "see what a misfortune has befallen me. Now with the crying and the quarreling and the complaining, there's honking and clucking and crowing, and there's feathers in the soup. Rabbi, it couldn't be worse. It couldn't be worse. Please help me." The rabbi listened and thought and twisted his beard. And at last he said, "Tell me, do you happen to have a goat?" "Oh, yes," she said. "I have a goat, an old goat, though. So it's not worth very much." "Excellent," said the rabbi. "Now go home and take that old goat and bring it into the house to live with you." "Oh, no, no, do you really mean it, Rabbi?" cried the woman. Come now, my good lady," the rabbi said, "and do as I say at once," said the rabbi. The poor, unfortunate woman trudged home with her head hanging down, and she took the goat and she brought it into the house. When some days, maybe a week, had passed by, life in the little hut was much worse. Now, with the crying and the quarreling and the complaining and the clucking and the honking and the crowing and the feathers in the soup, the goat went wild, pushing and butting everybody within sight. The hut seemed smaller. The children grew bigger. When the poor, unfortunate woman could take it no longer, she went back to the rabbi. "Rabbi, Rabbi," she screamed. "Now the goat is running wild. My life is a nightmare. Help me." The rabbi listened and thought, and twisted his beard, and at last he said, "Tell me, my poor lady, is it possible that you have a cow? Young or old, doesn't matter." "Yes, Rabbi," said the woman. "It's true that we have a cow." "Go home then," said the rabbi, "and bring the cow into the hut." "Oh, surely no, Rabbi, surely no," cried the woman. "Do it at once," said the rabbi. The poor, unfortunate woman trudged home again, and sad and scared and with a heavy heart, she took the cow and brought it into the hut. "Is this rabbi crazy?" she thought. Well, when some days or a week had gone by, life in the hut was so very much worse than before. Everyone quarreled, even the chickens. The goat ran wild, the cow trampled everything. The feathers were still in the soup. The poor woman could hardly believe her misfortune, and when she could stand it no longer, still afraid and nervous, she went back to the rabbi for help. "Rabbi, Rabbi," she shrieked, "help me, save me, the end of the world has come. The cow is trampling everything. There's no room left even to breathe. It's worse than a nightmare." The rabbi listened and thought and twisted his beard. And at last he said, "Go home now, my poor, unfortunate woman, and let the animals out of your hut." "I will. I'll do it right away," said the woman. And she did. She hurried home and she let the cow and the goat, the chickens, the goose, and the rooster all back out of her little hut. That night, the poor woman and her family slept peacefully. There was no crowing, no clucking, no honking, no butting. There was plenty of room to breathe. The very next day, the poor woman ran back to the rabbi. "Rabbi, Rabbi," she cried, "you have made my life sweet for me. With just my family in the hut, it's so quiet, so roomy, so peaceful. What a pleasure. Thank you, Rabbi. What a pleasure." One of my favorite stories, and a very simple reminder at this time of year and any time that we can be grateful for what we have. Even when times are hard, there are things that we can be grateful for. I hope everyone has a chance tonight and over the weekend to continue to give thanks for the good things in each of our lives. We take a moment now to give thanks for those we've loved and lost. These words come from our Beth Adam Benediction for Life booklet. Grief and mourning form a path that lead us on. Time does not heal. We heal ourselves as we allow ourselves to grieve. We heal each other as we allow each other to mourn. We heal as we come to know how our loved one nurtured, challenged, provoked, and soothed. We heal as we learn to feel the unique rhythms in ourselves that were it not for one life, we never would know. We stand together in remembrance. The laughter of memory mixes with the tears of loss. And we recognize how quickly time passes us by without waiting for our struggles, successes, or our dreams. Let this moment awaken within us a sense of urgency, a respect for the unceasing motion of time. Let us know that every moment is precious as we feel the warmth of compassion and the strength of connection. May the memory of our loved ones bless our actions and our thoughts. May the grace of their years reach out to touch us and give us strength. May their light burn brightly within our hearts, our souls, and our minds as we give thanks that they shared their lives with us, as we remember. Ein bidei ha'amavet hakoach la'kor ma shetamun balev. Death cannot take that which is locked in our hearts. With our tears, in our sorrow, we remember. With our courage and our strength, we do not forget. Acts of kindness, deeds of courage will remain. Beauty created, wisdom shared is not lost. With our tears, in our sorrow, we remember. Im dema'ot beinenu, be'et tevlenu, nishmor al zecher ahuvenu. With our tears, in our sorrow, we remember. Zecher tzadik livracha, may the memory of good people bless our days as we give thanks for their lives and mourn their deaths. We give thanks now for the gifts of life and of joy. Life is a wondrous gift. The mind observes with awe, and appreciation flows from the heart. Life's joyful bounties are unveiled. Such treasures abound in ordinary moments. A familiar face, the simplicity of a smile, tender kisses, the warmth and security of a hug, enchanting melodies, the grace of a dance, the coolness of sculpted marble, a remarkable story. The complexity of atomic structure, thunder's reverberation, the shimmering of the rainbow, intoxicating rose petals. These moments become opportunities to affirm that which is good. As we lift our cups of wine, a tribute to life's enchantments, may we find joy and contentment in our human endeavors. Bruchim hachayim ba'olam. Blessed is the life within the world. Bruchim hachayim ba'adam. Blessed is the life within us. We close with our final benediction, a reminder of the blessings around us and a reminder to be grateful for those blessings. May we know blessings those who are near. May we know blessings those who are far. May the Sabbath bring its goodness to everyone soon, wherever they are. May we know blessings through the day. May we know blessings through the night. May health be for all children. All things soon be right. May we know blessings in our comings. May we know blessings when we depart. May we live each day with peace and wisdom in each heart. Ken yehi ritzonenu. May it be our will. I wish you a Shabbat Shalom, a Sabbath of peace, and a Thanksgiving of gratitude. Shabbat Shalom.